A Swacch India, an India that is better for its people, a digitally connected India, and India for the future. These are words and this is the idea of India that many people would have thought on any other given day would have testified exactly why today BJP is the single largest party in the country. But today is not any other day. Today is the 25th of December, and while the BJP may have used this day, Atal Bihari Vajpayee's 90th birthday, to coincide with their idea of a good governance day, but for more than 2,000 years, 25th of December has been the birthday of Jesus Christ. What has this meant for the minorities in the country, particularly in the current climate in the country, especially over the issue of conversions? Those are among the things that we're going to be talking about later on agenda today. But first, let's take a look at how the first Good Governance Day on the 25th of December has played out across the country.
From the launch of the e-auction process for coal allocations, a flood of online initiatives in information technology, to celebrating 14 years of the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, the Narendra Modi-led government marked former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's 90th birthday as Good Governance Day. With the Prime Minister himself continuing with his Swachh Bharat campaign, with BJP leaders across the country lending a hand, making it at least a part-working Christmas for these mantris and bureaucrats. It's the second working holiday after the Swachh Bharat campaign that was kicked off on Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary. The government, though, insists that it was all voluntary.
There is no force. People are at liberty to celebrate these functions in whatever manner they fit.
At the Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan, headquarters of the Civil Aviation Ministry, where more than 1,500 people are employed, barely 50 officials turned up for the good governance function, and that too all top officials. And the minister started the proceedings by wishing everyone present a Merry Christmas.
World over, and rather more so with us, we have been trying to make government responsive and less obtrusive.
Not everyone, though, warmed up to the idea of Good Governance Day on Christmas, with Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee even saying every day is Good Governance Day.
We give respect for him also. Yes. It doesn't mean that we have to observe Good Governance Day on Christmas Day.
That is matter of coincidence that Vajpayee ji's Janamdin is today.
For many in the BJP, the tenure of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee is an example of managing a tough coalition and running a successful government. But celebrating his birthday as Good Governance Day, that's also Christmas, means escaping the controversies that come along with it is almost impossible. In New Delhi with Sandeep Phukan, Ketki Angre for NDTV. All right, so there are many issues that have come up with the Good Governance Day, and we're going to go through them in just a bit. But first, let me just introduce who we have with us on the show today. We've got Dr. Ijaz Ilmi from the BJP, and we've got Suleiman from the Congress, and we've got Father Shankar, who's the spokesperson for the Archdiocese of Delhi. A very, very Merry Christmas, first of all, to all of you. And I'm going to come back to the panelists in just a bit. But I want to first start with some of the youth that we've got here today with us in the audience. And I want to try and understand if any one of you wants to talk about the idea of Good Governance Day has been talked about now for the last several weeks. You've been seeing talk about it. You've been seeing people talk about the kind of initiatives that the government is trying to take. What has been your understanding of Good Governance Day? Does anybody want to talk about that? What does it trickle down to mean for the youth? Anybody want to take that question? Do you want to take that question?
Good.
What is the idea of Good Governance Day trickle down to for the youth today?
Good Governance Day, in reference of this day.
Yes.
Well, Good Governance Day, we have talked about it many times,
yeah.
And taking this day is as in reference is much like an election tool. You know, Delhi elections are coming. It could have been done much earlier also. Time was there, and now it's like much like an election tool. I mean, elections.
So you think this could just be an electoral gimmick? Does anybody else wants to comment on what they've perceived the government's Good Governance Day as?
I want to say just what my the girl was saying.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I don't think so. It's because it's a tool for voters' tool or something. I guess what Modi has been saying that everyone is treated equal, and so does our constitution says that everyone is equal.
Yeah.
So let it be a Hindu, Muslim or Christian. Everyone is equal. And so giving a holiday on the 25th of December to anyone is so like getting holiday on Diwali day or getting a holiday on Eid. So it's same. Nothing is wrong in that.
All right. Okay. So it's interesting that even the youth of the country at the moment are looking at good governance. At least one thread of thought is certainly jumping to raise the questions of the fact that could this just be an electoral gimmick? Dr. Ijazat, I'm going to actually let you take that. Is it a little worrying for you that the government, which is desperately trying to push a good governance day, is being perceived by even the youth of the country, which is heavily voted for the BJP, as an electoral gimmick?
The fact that this entire youth sitting behind me and youth all over the country has voted and given their trust and reposed their trust in a Mr. Modi's led BJP NDA government is testimony enough to the fact that this government intends to work every day. Every day for us is good governance day, and the fact that we are celebrating it is today does not undermine either the Christmas day, which is very, very important to everybody. It is just a celebration of the fact that today we need to celebrate this. The fact is we are working every day on Good Governance Day. That's important.
But Dr. Ilmi, many questions have been asked about why 25th of December and why not any other day? Why should every day not be a Good Governance Day and why only one day? Father Shankar, you want to come in on that?
See, actually, as I wanted to know right from the beginning, what does it mean by good governance? Good governance, what does it mean? Call to duty, and you as Prime Minister started his campaign by saying that sabke saath sabka vikas. So we already see what's been happening right from October. The India is already fragmented on the basis of religion, language, the states. Because the Good Governance Day, today you say it's a Good Governance Day for the whole of India. But then in their own state, Goa, it was not observed today. It was declared a holiday.
Yes.
So that means your own party, people don't follow you. Where is the good governance?
That's a very good point, and I'm going to come back to Dr. Ilmi on that in just a bit. But Suleiman, I just want to bring this in to you. Of course, the Congress is feeling today is their day to kind of have a way to slam the BJP because of one of the reasons being that their own party ruled state is not celebrating 25th of December as Good Governance Day. But is the Congress being sour grapes? Because let's remember, one of the reasons why the BJP stands as the single largest party in the government today, in the country today, is because the Congress failed to deliver governance. So can they really raise questions on the BJP?
You know, Kashish, we don't want to slam anybody. We just want to behave like a healthy and a strong opposition. The issue at hand is the Good Governance Day being declared by the Bharatiya Janata Party government. The root of this issue goes back to 11th of December when the Honorable HRD Minister, Ms. Smriti Zubin Irani, declared this that on 25th of December there will be documentary screening, quizzes and other ground activities in the schools, forgetting the sentiments of lakhs of the people of the country and especially the minorities that this is a national holiday on the eve of the birth of the Jesus Christ and is celebrated as a Christmas day. So they have forgotten and they have hurted the sentiments of the minorities. Then they back out and saying that it is only optional or online. This was the first U-turn. Second thing which I want to say, Kashish, is good governance includes inclusive governance. The minorities of the countries are feeling a kind of a fear, a kind of a separation by the statements made by their own lawmakers in the form of Sakshi Maharaj, Sadhvi Niranjan and Yogi Adityanath, who are doing all these communal stuff going on. Either Mr. Modi is not in control of their own lawmakers or he is giving a silent consent to them.
All right, and we'll come back to that in just a bit. But Dr. Ilmi, I just want to ask you, taking off from what Father Shankar has said and what Suleiman has said, one of the things that's being asked is that, is this, on a day like this, part of Modi's wish list was that every parliamentarian should come out in their constituencies, get feedback, celebrate with the people. We saw on 2nd of October, he launched the Swacch India campaign. How many of those big ideas that have been launched by him have actually seen implementation on the ground? Are these big ideas but small implementation? And if that is the case, then what is the role of governance in this? And how do you bring governance into all of this?
Every parliamentarian from the BJP, every minister has been working today with the constituents, celebrating Christmas also as well as working. I mean, we have enough holidays in this country, but the fact is, Christmas Day has been celebrated for the last 2000 years. Until humanity continues, it's going to be celebrated by one and all. if we can work on this day, and the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, believes in very hard work, working every minute of the time. He just works for 18 hours a day, and that's the whole idea. How can you deny somebody or not give credit to somebody who wants to work on Christmas Day?
Yes. Dr. Ilmi, the question that, and I'm going to throw that across to Father Shankar, because a lot of people are asking this question, why 25th of December? If Mr. Modi chooses to work 18 hours a day, he can continue to do so. But is there not a sense that this is creating fragmentation, as Father Shankar was saying, and it's creating a sense of insecurity amongst minorities, and that is not an idea of inclusion? Father Shankar, you want to weigh in on that?
What happened, even I would like to bring to their notice what Karan Thapar expressed. But Modi would do the same on a Diwali, on a Dashera day, because it's also a holiday. You make it a good governance day. No? And also, I would say, first do something. Instead of making big slogans, do something in concrete. At least one part of this country where everything is implemented. And make it a model. Because I go every second day where Modi ji had gone for Swacch Abhiyan campaign, Valmiki Basti.
Right.
And it's the same. Nothing has changed. So if after 2 months, even more than 2 months, nothing has changed. You do something concrete, no? Because the country is vast.
I just want to, and Dr. Ilmi, just to add to what Father Shankar is saying, is there not a sense of the fact that 25th of December in your own party-ruled state in Goa is not celebrating? They're not against the idea of good governance, but they're against the idea of doing it on the 25th of December. That is a problem, and the BJP has not been able to come clean on why that particular day, and not been able to allay the fears of many of the minority groups and the questions they're raising.
It just goes to say that there is no compulsion. If somebody wants to work on a good governance day and contribute to the betterment of Swacch Bharat or any other means, then you can do so. There is no compulsion. I mean, we don't believe in forcing anything down anybody's throat as far as any issues are concerned.
Okay, so
there's no question of undermining Christmas Day, but we intend to work every day.
No, Dr. Ilmi, it's very compulsive. The circular which was issued by the HRD ministry says that every student has to go. There was no voluntary word used in that.
Only
every
for
student.
residential.
No.
This
was
for
only for residential Navodaya Vidyalayas, which are working every day anyway.
And also what Father Shankar said, that are we going to see the same sort of circulars being issued on Diwali and Dashera? All right, so that's of course one of the talking points that has come up again and again. Why the 25th of December? So on the other side of this very, very short break, we're going to look at, essentially, we're going to look at the point, is this what Modi wants versus what people want? Because if this is what people want, and if this is what Modi wants as the leader of the country, is he able to take everybody along on his big idea of the good governance? We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go away.